Good evening, Benzinga. Welcome, my Zinger Nation. Welcome. This is Money Mitch. You guys can find me on Twitter, Story Investors. Let's get into today. Like always, guys, I'm here to talk about the story stocks. The bull market is here to stay. We did see a pullback today, but like always, there is an opportunity out there, and I, Money Mitch, am here to help you guys solve it. On today's Money Mitch, we're going to be talking about market sentiment. We're going to get into some notable earnings. We're going to talk about how to short off the VWAP, guys. And just to let you guys know, we'll get into some two-story stocks. Of course, if we get to our like goal of today of 75 likes, let's go ahead and get this show started. It's time for Money Making Mitch. When investors need a story, we're going to the moon. Welcome to Money Mitch, where story is everything. I'm here to find you the next opportunity. It's all about the green hands. Now, we all know the bull market is here to stay. Money Mitch. What up, traders? What up? Welcome back to Money Making Mitch. You guys already know I'm feeling a little Miami swag today. Let's go 2 buttons down here. You guys already know. Hit the like for Money Mitch. Let's get this party started. Let's talk about the market that moved today. And I mean, guys, if you guys have been sticking with Money Mitch, you probably already expected this, guys. Because at the end of the day, we've been talking about this. The U.S. stocks declined sharply on Wednesday as hotter than expected inflation data triggered massive selling, especially in technology shares. No surprise. We've been talking about this. All I can say is a dead cat bounce, but happy that we talked about the potential for the SPY to have this 5% pullback and the QQQs to be struggling. So now we can see that the market is not liking that inflation. You know, inflation accelerated at its fastest pace since 2008 last month, with the market up more than 10% of the year. So as we saw, the consumer price index spiking to 4.2% from a year ago compared to the Dow Jones estimate of 3.6% increase. As you see, there's a 0.6% there, unexpected, and that really made investors head for the hills. So investors who may have been looking for a reason to lighten up on stocks really just kind of cashed out. And now what we're going to be looking for is, are we going to get some rebounds or are we going to get some crashes through that support? And of course, that's something that we're going to keep a close eye on. As you guys know, there was some strengths in energy shares that could do well in an inflationary environment, provided a broader market to give it some cushion. But one of the stocks that I did see moving is petroleum stocks. So as we know, I mentioned on our exclusive Benzinga clips watch list that I've been putting out every single morning, guys. So definitely stay with those. But I gave out MRO as one of those picks on Monday, and definitely a sector to watch, the oil. And as you guys seen, oil has definitely been making a move with the pipeline shutdown, and we'll continue to go ahead and see it. When we return, guys, we're going to get into the earnings. We're going to talk a little bit about the SPY, and then we're going to get into what potentially you could be getting into to protect yourself, guys. So when we return, guys, stick with me, guys. Hit the like button. Let's get to our like goal today so we can get into the story stocks. I'm going to talk a lot today about a strategy. So if you guys want to learn a little bit of a day trading strategy, stick around and I'll be right back.
I tell all my CEOs, this is a very, very, very important platform. And look, all the other platforms are important too, but you're up there now. You're way up there.
Best investments you can do in your future is actually go and re-educate yourself on credible sites and credible resources like Benzinga. I think you guys have been killing it.
The comment section on this show is remarkable. Like the quality of the combo, and just big shout out to you and your community.
So I love about you guys, you know, you just had all your callers in right then. And it's all about the community here at Benzinga.
All right, traders, welcome back. I'm catching up here with the chat. How we doing? Dipper, I see you guys out there. Definitely want to say hello to some of the definitely everyday loyals. Carl out there, Eden, First Strike, Nick, Steven, Jack, what's going on? Dipper again. I'll give you another shout out. RG, Born to Be Free, Trade Yo-Yo. You guys already know the money mob is here. Come to the dark side. Forget about the light. We got the darkness here, and we're going to bring you that money. So let's go ahead and let's get into what we saw here in the SPY. We've been talking about this, guys, potentially the SPY doing a turnaround and coming towards this bottom trend line. We were talking about it when we were breaking out of it, that we wanted to get strong through the 420s. And as you can see, strong turnaround is what we actually received. So I'm going to go ahead and take a look here at the hourly chart so that you guys can see exactly what I've been talking about and see how it's been hitting the resistance and just bouncing off. So yesterday, guys, we got multiple attempts to kind of wick up here to this 418. We have a resistance there, but as you can see today, we heading downwards towards that bottom support. This is why I drew those two boxes for you guys, so that you guys could see what I potentially was looking for the SPY to do here. And as we're looking, it's looking like it wants to get closer towards that 400. We got to be careful tomorrow to see if we don't crack that 400, because if we break down on the downside of this SPY, it could be very, very ugly. You know, that's when we did it last time, and we broke down on over here in March, early March, and it was kind of a scary time. I don't want to see that happen again here. But let's go ahead and let's take a look a little bit at the Qs here. We also talked about the Qs, and we were worried to see if big tech was really going to get us moving again, because that's what I think needs to happen, guys. For us to stay up here, we need those big growth techs to keep us moving so that we can continue seeing the Qs prosper and also the overall market prosper. As we see, it tried to bounce up today. It had a high near that 325, but really quickly turned right back down. This one's a little bit interesting because it's closer towards the support than it is the resistance. And that's why I drew these big boxes on this one. And you see a little box where it actually, I expected kind of going here. But one of the things that we need to see is when we hit that line, do we stop there, or do we and come back up, or do we break it and head down to, let's say, the 300s or the 295? I definitely don't want to be seeing that happen in the Qs, but of course, something to keep your eyes on. So I'll give you guys the scenarios on the both sides. So definitely give me a like if you like me going through these scenarios about the overall market. Let's go ahead and let's talk about how you can protect yourself, right? And so one of the ways you can protect yourself is by having some options, or just buy the stock itself of the VXX. This is the short-term futures. So one of the things, this is the volatility meter. And as you can see, guys, we took off from about 37 on the 10th. And yeah, guys, maybe you didn't catch it on the 10th. Maybe you didn't get it on Monday. But even if you got in here on Tuesday at the 11th, you guys can see here that we're starting to uptrend now. And you could have got in there maybe in the 41s, riding up there towards today, up there to the 48, almost to the 50 mark. I think we even hit 50 today. So definitely some profit that you could have been making while your portfolio was heading down. A lot of people were asking, what do you do in times like this? What I do in times like this is I look at either inverse ETFs like the SQQQ, or I look at the VIX and I try to go ahead and take a little bit of a gain there to go ahead and fight back the losses in the overall portfolio. As you guys see, you're getting a little call there. Someone doesn't know that Money Mitch is on. They need to know because they ain't going to get an answer in this time. But all right, let's go ahead and let's talk a little bit further here. So let's get into our earnings. Let's get into our earnings calendar. Today, shares of Bumble fell 0.5%, nothing big here. But despite the data, the dating app developer really swinging into the profits for the first quarter, I think this is actually a stock that could gain some traction here. Bumble, a dating app in a kind of reopening. And I don't know about you guys, but I think there was a lot of single people out there that weren't dating during the pandemic that are going to be looking to go out and date. So you never know. Maybe Bumble starts getting a run. Keep your eyes on that one. All right, guys. So Jack in the Box also reported. Jack in the Box saw its stock fall nearly 3% in extended trading after its fiscal second quarter results. The company said it sees high single-digit system same-store sales growth for its fiscal year. This is a company that I just don't see the growth in here. Jack in the Box, nothing new. I have one down the street. I can go to it. I'm not going to go to it. It just doesn't make me want to get out of any other kind of fast food restaurants that I could be going to. I like Cranes. I like Chick-fil-A, Jack in the Box. We got to change something up there. All right, so next one up, we're going to talk Vroom. Vroom shares rallied, actually, going up here about 12% in extended trading, guys. They saw actually a first quarter loss of 57 cents per share on revenues of 591.1 million. Analysts polled by expected a loss per share of 63 cents per revenue and revenues of 518.2 million. So the company said that the e-commerce unit sales nearly doubled. And so right here, you guys are seeing, I actually did an interview today on a company that's a competitor to Room. It's Lots. So if you guys want to check that out, definitely check that out. That's on SPAC's Attack. You guys can see that on Benzinga's channel. So if you want to see that interview, definitely check it out, guys. But Vroom here, definitely getting a little boost there. And I think, one of the things that we're seeing, and I wanted to talk about it, was this could be a story that in the pandemic, a lot of people went down to, like, let's say one vehicle. But with that one vehicle was the mentality that, hey, you don't need a new car anymore. If you're going to have one vehicle, you're just going to be living at home. Why not go for that pre-owned vehicle and save on some money? And then I think that's what you're seeing here in the Vroom and Carvana. I think you're seeing used car sales really get a boost because some people are not just dishing out the money to go for that new car because, they're just sitting at home. So that's just what I think about the story. You guys let me know what you guys think about the story. And if you guys like Vroom or not, I'm trying to pull up the chat here so I can see it and roll with you guys. Definitely put it up in the sky. The money Bob is here, guys. So Sonos, the stock of the premium speaker, guys, soared 17% in after hours. They reported revenues of 332 million compared to 248 million expected. So huge beat there, guys, in revenue. So this is one that we got to keep our eyes on as we see kind of this home, this is kind of an electronics for your home, the speakers. One of the things that I could see from that is, we have some setups. I mean, look at me. This is my house, guys. I'm getting whatever I can need in the electronics, and I'm getting new TVs, new speakers, new lighting. I mean, you guys are going to see some companies really come out of this because of the work from home aspect. And some companies are not going to change, guys. They're going to still stay working from home. So I think that's another reason why you're seeing that increase in the premium speaker. What's going on? What company is this that we're talking about? How about let's go ahead and put up a banner here for me, Enver. It's Sonos, Sonos here. And that's a premium speaker maker, guys. All right, let's go ahead and let's keep going. I'll go ahead and I'll look into that one a little bit further for you guys, and I'll pull the story up. There you go. Someone put it up there. Steven looking out for us. All right, guys, next one up, Wish. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys have ever used Wish. I want to know in the chat right now, guys. I want to know. I want to see those ones flying. If you haven't used Wish, then let me know. Put a 2 in the chat. Let's go ahead and let's get these likes up so that we can get to our story stocks. But Wish actually went down 11% after hours, guys, reporting a wider than expected quarter one loss per share of 21 cents, 3 cents worse than the consensus, but revenues topped estimates at 772 million, up 76% on the year. So definitely one of the things that I've used before, and you guys will probably laugh at me. I've used Wish. I used Wish one time. I'll say it. But hey, I got a nice discount on a product. I knew the product came out of China, so I went on Wish, got it nice and cheap. Looks like there's some 1s and 2s flying in there. Elon is dumping Bitcoin. Eden wants us to know that Elon's is dumping Bitcoin. I don't think he is, but hey, Eden wants us to know, guys. So I want to give a shout out there. So Vroom, guys, Vroom also did pretty well, guys. And one of the things that I wanted to highlight on Vroom was that they actually sold their units were at 15,504, up 96% year over year. There's something going on in that room thing. Keep your eyes on that stock because it's been really coming down. Let's see if it starts uptrending with these earnings. All right, guys, when we return, we're going to go into how to short off the VWAP strategy. I don't usually do this, guys. I usually don't go into strategy here on Money Mitch, but today we're going to do something a little different. We're going to go into one of my favorite day trading strategies, especially when the market's going down like this. You got to know how to short. You can't only go long in a market, and I definitely will say that you can't only go long. Sometimes you're going to have to go and become one of those evil shorts. As long as you're making money, we'll be happy. When we return, we'll talk about that VWAP. All right. Seeing those likes starting to come up in the chat. We need to get to 75 after we're done with this segment. So let me know what you guys think about the day trading strategy. Maybe that gets you to hit the like and give me the value. Like always, guys, the best thing you guys can do for Money Mitch is scroll right down, hit the share button, let everybody know. This is the best show to watch in the evening for stocks. So definitely stick around, guys, every single day, 6 p.m. Eastern. We're going to get into the story stocks. Like when we talk story stocks, right now, one of the stocks that had been making a massive run up is Home Depot and Lowe's. And reason why, it's really an inflation worry that caused some prices to skyrocket, and people went shopping at Home Depot. So let's take a look at this turnaround right now. It's not looking good here, guys. The story turnaround. I'll show you what happens, guys. So when a stock goes from, let's say, March 8th here, all the way from 250 to 345 in about a month, that's a story, guys. That's a story getting hot. And that's when you got to find stocks, because stocks will do this trend, but stories change, and they change quickly, guys. And this is one thing that I'll definitely say. Stories can always change. So you got to be careful here, guys. So right here, Home Depot turned around, gave us a what do you call that candle at the top, guys? I would love to see if anybody can name this in the chat. I'm gonna give a second to see if anybody names that candle that's on there. Maybe put it full screen and versus so that people could see it a little bit closer. But it's that top candle there. That's called a what? That's called a hangman right there, guys. A hangman. And so really, you're seeing that quick turnaround, quick, looking big red candles. How far down are we going to go, guys? I think we're going to go down and closer towards the 285s. And so how can we attack this with that short, right? Inverted hammer. There you go. The shooting star. My guy, Will, hit me up, guys. Hit me up. We're going to get into that. If you guys answered that correctly, hit me up, Mitch at Benzinga. I'll get you some swag, and we'll keep rolling through here. Let's get into the 5-step strategy here. That's the process, right? And so what do we need to see, guys? So first things first, I think I should show you the trade and come back to this. Let me show you the trade first. So the way that it starts, guys, and this is where we're going to take the approach. The way that it starts is like this. Let's say we came into the morning. This is 9:20 in the morning, and we're looking at it. We're like, what are we going to see today? This is what I see pre-market. This is the pre-market look of Home Depot this morning. Okay, so I could clearly see that support drawn right there around that 328.22. So I'm thinking, hey, this isn't a bearish trend. if I see a big bearish move down, I want to see a bounce up to get short into the strength bounce back. And so as we see also, we see here on the MACD, we see a big move up, but you haven't really seen it start trending on the downward angle. Let's see what happens here as the stock opens up. So as the stock opens up, what happens, guys? We get a quick dip down to the next support, which is 326 here. And it actually bounces back immediately up, but then really washes back down below that support. And when it bounces back, that's when we want to start attacking the VWAP here. And one of the things that I stated, guys, was that MACD, right? So that MACD at the bottom, as you can see, it actually crosses over here right before the open, which is one sign that it's coming down. And when it bounces, it doesn't cross back over. It gets close to the line and then actually diverges away from the line. And that's what you want to see. This is an exponential moving line here, that lower line. So let's go back and let's talk about the strategy, right? So the 5-step process, what you want to see is first a bearish trend, a big dip first, right out the gates. You need that big dip because that big dip shows you that, hey, some people are jumping on this short and maybe there's a big dog here taking it down. The next step in this process is the big washout at the open. Once you see that, okay, there you go. Now I've seen big volume with that washout. That's another thing. You want to see a big washout. Wait till you see that support really start holding at the bottom and then wait for it to bounce back up. When it bounces back up towards the VWAP, that's when you want to start getting short. So you want to get short at or just slightly above VWAP. Reason why you want to do that is because a lot of times you're going to get a little slight wick up by that VWAP, and then it's going to quickly drop below it. What I use as my stop out, guys, is I use the next resistance that's up past that. So you have to look at where the next resistance is. Is it too far? Because of course, you always got to determine the risk and reward here. How much is it up to that next resistance versus coming right back down to the support? Usually what I want to see is a 3-to-1 look. What's a 3-to-1 look, you might ask? That's when you focus on the P&L in the ratio. So you want 3 times the reward for as much as you're going to risk. So if I'm risking 10 cents, I want to see a 30-cent reward. And that's how you want to approach it, guys. You can always just do the math to figure this out. But this is the VWAP strategy. And the VWAP, what does it mean, guys? And why is it important, guys? It's actually the average price a security has traded at throughout the day based on both volume and price. VWAP equals the dollar value of all trading periods divided by the total trading volume of that current day. And so we're going to go ahead and use this because it becomes a psychological target for me to determine bullish and bearish. So when you get that flush down and you get this bounce back up, you see how it slightly goes above VWAP here? VWAP is that yellow line. I use that resistance above it that we got in the pre-market because this is the one that we use, that 328. We're using that same support. And then when we short into it, what we're going to use that as the resistance, as our stop out. It actually gets close to it, but what does it do? It quickly trends down. It heads to that support and actually breaks that support, going down to the next support level. And the VWAP strategy can not only be traded on that first flush, it could actually be traded up to 3 times touching, and then you don't want to see that 4th touch to the VWAP because a lot of times that 4th touch to the VWAP starts breaking above the VWAP and we turn into a bullish trend. So this is what I would definitely focus on. And I could show you guys here. This is the second VWAP fade. After that fade comes down to the next support, it comes right back to VWAP. You use the resistance. Now I'm using the boxes here. And as you can see, you have a good amount of risk here and about a 3-to-1. I'm pretty sure if I made 3 of these smaller boxes, it could fit into this larger box. And that's really what it matters, guys. So using the risk to reward there, the 3-to-1, looking for that quick washout with high volume, then looking for that bounce back, using the resistance to get in there. That's how you can go ahead and short a stock like HD. All right, guys, definitely risk to reward. I want to go ahead and let you guys know. Let me catch up with the chat here, see what people are talking about the strategy. I'm going to check the likes to see if we can get into our story stocks. I know that's everybody's favorite part of the show because that's this time where we get new trading ideas. So let me know what you guys think here. All right, I'm catching up here. Mitch, do you actually make money using this strategy? Honest question. I hear most day traders' strategies lose money. Good question, VS. I can tell you right now, this is the thing about the VWAP fade, and I can be as honest as possible. If you try to use it on every stock, it's not going to work. But if you combine, and this is the key, guys, and really, I mean, it's all up to you guys to learn it and kind of learn your personality and what works for you. But what I've learned works for me, guys, is that if I combine the story approach with the fundamentals and the technicals, then I look for this kind of strategy. I use this under my belt. I have this in my toolbox. And then when I see the daily chart looking like Home Depot was looking, and then we get that dip, that's when I'd start looking for a strategy like this to use into shorting. If you look into that and you use the combination, I think you're going to start seeing that day trading can be profitable. There's a lot of day traders out there that are making money, but how are they making money? One, they learn how to adapt. Because at the end of the day, the market doesn't just go up, right? Right now, we're having those down moves. These are going to be days where you want to kind of short. Shorting actually makes sense on days where you're getting these quick moves down in the overall index. And that's why my man, and I'll give him a shout out, Dennis Dick on Pre-Market Prep, he does shorting also. And I mean, that's why he goes crazy about the talk about evil shorting. But at the end of the day, money's money and money will get into your pocket. So you got to know how to adapt. And then another thing is, let's say if you're playing long plays, it's not just use one strategy. Like you can use a reverse of this VWAP fade and you can use a VWAP bounce to play long plays, but it's not just using that strategy. You have to combine it with the story and fundamentals, know how the stock is actually trending versus just thinking, hey, what stock is up today? I'm going to use that strategy and it's going to work, let's say 80% of the time. It's going to be hard at that point. I can tell you that from experience from day trading. Just wanted to give you a shout out, VS. It's a great question. Great question. I'll be as transparent as I can always be here on Money Mitch. And that's really what it's all about. Have I made money doing the VWAP fade? Yeah, definitely. But like always, it's your personality, guys. I can't do this trade every single day either. Because if I do this trade every single day, what ends up happening is you just start looking too bearish. And that's why I like being both ways, guys. I like going long a lot of the times. And now I short because I had that experience of shorting when I know I can jump on to stock short. Because at the end of the day, the overall market, as we know, is a bull market, guys. It's not a bear market. And so majority of my plays are going to be to the bullish side. And then when I do see the stories change, I'll look for those bearish plays. All right, guys, I'm going to hit refresh here, see where we are on the likes. Let's get to 75 here so that we can get into our story stocks, guys. I'm only seeing 56 likes out there, so we need to get a couple more here. As you guys can see, we have over 120 people watching, so we can definitely get the likes up there. I want to get into the story stocks. If not, we'll go ahead and wrap it up here, guys. Like always, Money Mitch is here to get you guys the stories, and when we return, we'll see if we have those likes to get into the story stocks.
Get winning options trades from Benzinga's top option trading expert, Nick Shaheen.
I don't risk money I can't afford to lose. Clearly, conviction is medium, probably at best here because I'm swinging. I don't have a particular trigger, so it's not like it's gambling. We did homework. We showed fundamental reasons, so it's not like betting, I hope it's red, I hope it's black.
If you're looking to uncover winning options trades, The Benzinga Options Starter newsletter provides you with 2 fully researched trades per month. Each comes with a detailed video, ideal price and expiration date, and profit loss charts to accelerate your learning. If you're ready for high conviction, learn while you earn and subscribe now to Benzinga's Starter Option newsletter.
Welcome back, traders. Welcome back to Money Making Mitch. You guys already know I'm seeing those likes start rolling on through. We're at 66 likes. Let's go ahead. Let me hit a refresh. Can we get to 75? 75. Can I get 75, 74, 75, 76? Doing my little auction gig here. Let me get some likes up. Let's get those likes up. We're at 66. We need a couple more, guys. Let's go. Let's go. Come on, guys. We're going to get into some story stocks here. These are the stocks that have done great in the past. We've given a one that we gave last week live. Live was a monster pick here on Money Mitch. That one went up more than 40% after we talked about it here. So definitely hit the likes. Let's get it up there. Boom, baby. You guys got it. 74, 75, 76, 77. Boom. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get into these money stocks here. The story stocks of the day. I want to talk about them. If you guys know, I like some gaming, guys. I don't know about you guys. Let me know in the chat if you guys like to game. Put your favorite game in the chat. Put your favorite game in the chat if you guys like the game. I do see the likes out there. Appreciate you guys hitting the like. Let's get into these story stocks. All right, if my PowerPoint here wants to work here. Dun, 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 dun. All right, now we got it. Let's go. Boom, baby. Let's get into these story stocks. All right, so the story stocks that I'm going to bring up are the 3 gaming plays to watch, right? So we've already actually talked about Corsair Gaming. If you guys haven't watched that episode, I'm definitely going to go ahead and put it in the description after the show so that you guys can check it out. Corsair Gaming was actually my #1 favorite stock in this whole space. When this IPO'd, you guys can find it on Story Investor on my Twitter. You guys could find me literally banging the hammer at 14, guys. Banging the hammer at 14. This stock went up all the way up to 60 off of that IPO. So definitely, this is one to watch. It has a lot of streaming aspects, a lot of products. It goes from the memory to water coolers to mouses to headsets to memory to kind of the headsets that they have now. It's just they cover everything for gaming, and that's why I like them, right? Next up, we're going to talk a little bit about here and Turtle Beach. So Turtle Beach really, they actually just gave their earnings, and the net revenue was $93.1 million, an increase of 166% compared to $35 million the year prior. Their net income was of $8.8 million or 49 cents per diluted shares compared to a net loss of $3.6 million or a negative of 25 cents here per diluted shares last year. You know, one of the things that they're definitely seeing is a trend, right? And so right here, it was stated in the earnings call, we turned in another stellar performance in the first quarter with sales and gross margin, net income, adjusted EBITDA, all reaching record high levels for the first quarter. One of the things that they talked about, the consumer demand for console headsets and PC accessories have really extended and stayed up at an elevated rate. Our category expansions are going well, and our operation excellence again allowed us to gain market share. And so leveraging costs and delivering better than expected results. One of the things they said they saw is a strong secular trend that makes gaming a great category to continue to be in. According to the NPD, the U.S. retail sales of console headsets in the first quarter continued at record levels. During the quarter, the overall console market in the U.S. rose 60% in dollars, while our retail sales exceeded that growth. And U.S. sales of PC headsets, keyboards, mouses rose more than 90%. And we're more than double that, reflecting the impact of our expanding line of PC accessories. So as you guys can see here, Turtle Beach headsets here, HEAR, was a stock that I gave out in early 2020, and that stock has done great since. I'm still a believer in this stock. I'm still bullish over time. You could get this one on a discount right now with kind of growth being hurt and the Qs getting hit down. So maybe wait a little bit if you're looking to really invest in this one. But I wanted to bring it up because it's something to keep on your radar, right? When you have these great stocks, sometimes the price doesn't match where the story is. To me, the story is definitely a great one here. The fundamentals, you guys heard me just talk about them. It definitely looking great for them in their earnings report. And then the technicals right now are off the support. So it is looking good, but I do think it could come down to a little bit lower so that you can get that cheaper price to get in and then get that rocket back up going into Q3 and Q4. So as we get closer to Q3, that's when I'd be looking to see if we could get into this. And I'll let you guys know when I get long here, and then we can go ahead and take a look here. Now, the next one I want to talk about is, of course, the doggy dog. No, I'm not talking Dogecoin. I'm not talking Dogecoin here. I'm talking Zynga. Zynga, guys. Zynga is one that you need to keep on your radar. One of my favorite stocks for 2021. Really, I mean, look at the results, guys. With revenues of 1.97 billion, up 49% year over year, and bookings of 2.2 billion, up 45% year over year. Record user pay revenue at 1.67 billion, up 59% year over year. And as you can see, another area that I like to focus on is advertisement. Record advertisement revenue of 307 million, up 12% year over year. And advertisement bookings of 306 million are also up 12% year over year. So definitely we're going to watch that. One of the things that they did, they launched some new games. They launched Harry Potter puzzles and spells to a positive player reception of a 4.7 rating. This is a company that is going to continue pushing the limits. They just made a recent acquisition in Chartboost of 250 million, which shouldn't come to a surprise because according to Zynga's COO, Matt Bromberg, the move is more strategic than it is reactive. Regarding the Apple and IDFA changes, as you guys know, Apple has been in a fight, guys, with different companies in their app store. And so one of the things that is they're definitely looking at this. And so they talked about it, that at the end of the day, it's often overlooked being a large advertiser, but Zynga generates a sizable revenue from advertisement. And he said that they definitely need to control their own ad tech tools, and that's why they went and did this acquisition. So I'm looking for the acquisition to definitely pay out in the long run. I could see Zynga up at the end of the year. I think you're going to see it pull back a little bit. It went back to the weekly, and so let's take a look at some of these charts, because I mean, if I just talk about them all day, then you can't really see them here, right? So CRSR, this is Corsair Gaming. This is the support right underneath it. We had a great day yesterday. Let's see if we can get a great day tomorrow. I would love to see this stock get right back up there to the 35s. If this stock gets to the 35s, I will myself probably jump in it and look for the swing back up towards 50. I do like this stock. I'm going to continue watching it, and I'll let you guys know if I see the move back up. All right, so this is Turtle Beach right here. This is the one that I said could pull back a little bit. I'd be looking for a pullback closer towards 22, if not 21. I think you could definitely get back towards those levels and then look for a curve back up, as what you got here was a ride up, a one pull down, and it hasn't really tested that spot again. I think you get testing of that spot near 23, and it actually dips down through that spot and goes closer towards 21. Then we can look for that swing back up closer towards 30, and then getting towards 35 by the end of the year. Like I said, I'm looking for Q2. By the end of Q2, into Q3 looking into here. So let's go ahead and let's look also at Zinga's weekly chart. This is one that I draw this uptrend. I would love to see it keep on this uptrend, but today and this week, we've actually gotten a big pullback in this stock. It looked like it was starting to push back up towards that 1150. So let's see if it can hold this 975 on pullbacks tomorrow. I think you might get a wick like you got in this Harmy where it goes to 950. But you got to be careful in this one, because if they just all of a sudden just keep selling off growth, keep selling off bigger names, you could see this one come back down to, let's say, 850 or back down to 7. But I do like this one overall long term, by the end of the year being back up there by 1150, if not past that $12. I could see Zynga ending the year at 13. Another one to watch out as we get through the summer months. Look for this one to get that bottom and start getting that curve right back up. So let me know in the chat what you guys think about these. If you guys are bullish, any of them, go ahead and put their name in the chat. And that way we get some support. It's all about a community here, right, guys? So let me know what you guys think in the chat, and I'll catch up with the chat comments right here as we end the show. Like always, guys, we're going to keep building here on Money Mitch. We got another show coming up after me, Market Therapy, so definitely stick around for that. But let me know what you guys don't like me doing. If you guys like me going through that day trading strategy, I got plenty more in the bag. So let me know if you guys want to see some more, and we can talk about that. I can bring the charts to show you, and that way we can go ahead and keep building. That's really what it's all about here. I want to keep building you guys, helping you guys get to those story stocks as we continue seeing this market uptrend. All right, guys, I'm seeing it. You guys already know, to the moon, to the moon. Some people liking Zynga, 79 likes. Let's keep it going. One for CSR. Any update on data? Hey, I'll look into it. How about that? Come tomorrow and I'll give you an update on data. So I wanted to preface tomorrow's show, guys. Tomorrow we're going to have super fun, guys. We're going to do some NFT openings here live, guys. So definitely stick around. Chris Ketchy is going to join me. We're going to do NBA Top Shot. So if you like some NFTs, come to tomorrow's show. Of course, we're going to have some more story stocks, but we're going to have some fun. There's a Benzinga small cap event going on tomorrow. Don't miss out on that, guys. You guys are going to see a lot of companies and get some learning lessons. We're going to go ahead and play that video as we end here. I'll play that video and get it started, but definitely check out the small cap event. Market Therapy next, guys. Let me know what you guys thought of my story stocks today in the comments below, and if you guys like that day trading breakdown. I'll see you guys tomorrow on Money Mitch as we get through those NFTs. And like always, guys, I'm here to teach you guys about story, and there's an opportunity out there even when the market is going down, and Money Mitch is here to help you guys find it. We'll see you guys next time on Money Mitch. It's time for Money Making Mitch. When investors need a story, we're going to the moon. Welcome to Money Mitch, where story is everything. I'm here to find you the next opportunity. It's all about the green hands. Now we all know the bull market is here to stay. Money Mitch.